Hello children, myself Mrs. Tanuja Dhiren Yagnik. Today we are going to study the history's 10th lesson part 2, that is the expansion of the Maratha power. Before I start with my explanation, let's revise what did we study in the first video of the lesson, that is the expansion of the Maratha power. In that, we had studied Marathas on offensive, release of Shahu Maharaj, coronation of Shahu Maharaj, things that Shahu Maharaj learned while in the Mughal captivity. These points we have covered in video number 1 of the lesson, the expansion of the Maratha power. In this video, children, we are going to study the following points, that is, changes in the policy, Balaji Vishwanath, Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi, and Bajirao I. In that, we are also going to study the Nizams, how Nizams defeat Palkhed, means war of Palkhed, then Malwa region, then Bundelkhand region, and then we are going to study the battle of Bhopal, the defeat of Portuguese, and how was the death of Bajirao I. These points we are going to cover in the video number 2. So let's start with the Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi rite. First of all, we are going to study what is meant by Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi rites. After the death of Aurangzeb, the Said brothers Abdullah Hassan and Hussein Ali became very influential. With their help, Balaji obtained sanat to collect Chauthai. Chauthai means 1/4 part, and Sardeshmukhi it means 1/10 part of the revenue from the Mughal territory in Deccan. Means after the death of Aurangzeb, after strengthening the position of Shah Maharaj in Maratha, Bajirao turned his attention to the politics in north, the Delhi court after the death of Aurangzeb. So, Chauthai means 1/4 part and Sardeshmukhi means 1/10 part of the revenue from the Mughal territory in the Deccan. Let's take information about Bajirao I. After the death of Balaji Vishwanath, Shahu Maharaj appointed Balaji's son Bajirao I, the Peshwa, in 1720 CE. He expanded the Maratha Empire during his term of 20 years. Now, let's take information about Nizam's defeat at Palkhed. The Mughal Emperor Farrukh appointed Nizam ul Mulk, the Subedar of Deccan. In 1713 CE, Nizam tried to establish his separate existence at Hyderabad. The emperor had given the Marathas the rights to recover Chauthai, Sardeshmukhi from the Mughal areas. Nizam was against it. He captured some part of the Pune Paragana. Bajirao decided to checkmate the Nizam. He defeated the Nizam at Palkhed near Aurangabad. The Nizam accepted the Maratha right to collect Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi. As the Mughal power had become weak, Bajirao knew that there was more scope to expand the empire towards northern side, and Shahu Maharaj supported his policy. Let's take information about Malwa region. Malwa in today's Madhya Pradesh was the part of the Mughal Empire. Bajirao sent Mallarao Holkar, Ranoji Shinde and Udaji Pawar under the leadership of his brother Chimaji Appa to Malwa. There they strengthened the posts. Let's take information about Bundelkhand. Bundelkhand means some part of the today's Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh areas around Jhansi, Panna and Sagar. King Chhatrasal had established his own kingdom in Bundelkhand. The Mughal Subedar Muhammad Khan Bangush of Allahabad attacked Bundelkhand and had defeated Chhatrasal. Chhatrasal appealed to Bajirao for help. Bajirao took a large army and went to Bundelkhand. He defeated Bangush. Chhatrasal honored Bajirao. This is how Marathas established their supremacy in Malwa and Bundelkhand. Bajirao demanded from the emperor the office of the Subedar of Malwa. As the emperor declined this demand, Bajirao marched on Delhi in 1737 CE. The Mughals were taken by surprise. Let's take information about the Battle of Bhopal. The emperor felt uneasy on account of Bajirao's Delhi expedition. He invited the Nizam to protect Delhi. Nizam marched against the Bajirao with the huge army. Bajirao defeated him at Bhopal. Nizam agreed to secure the sanat of Malwa Subedari for the Marathas from the Badshah. Now we are going to study how the Portuguese were defeated. The territories of Vasai and Thane on the Konkan coast were in the possession of the Portuguese. The Portuguese rulers oppressed their subjects. Bajirao sent his brother Chimaji Appa to subdue the Portuguese. Chimaji conquered Thane and the adjacent areas in 1739 CE. He laid siege to the Vasai fort. The fort was very strong. The Portuguese had a powerful artillery. In spite of all this, Chimaji continued the siege with a perseverance and forced the Portuguese to surrender. The fort of Vasai and large parts of the Portuguese territory passed into the hands of the Marathas. So in this way, Portuguese were defeated. Let's take information about death of Bajirao. Nadir Shah, the emperor of Iran, invaded India. Following the order of Shah Maharaj, Bajirao set out for the north with a big army to defend the Mughal power. By the time he reached Burhanpur, Nadir Shah had returned to Iran with the enormous booty looted from Delhi. In April 1740, Bajirao defeated his last at Rawalkhedi on the bank of the Narmada. Bajirao was a great general. With his valor, he established the Maratha supremacy in the north. He won status for the Maratha power as a formidable power in the whole of India. In this time, the Shinde, Holkar, Pawar, Gayakwad families attained prominence. So, in this way, Bajirao was a great personality. So, this way we have completed the lesson, the expansion of the Maratha power. Let's revise which points we have covered in the second video of the lesson, that is the expansion of the Maratha power. First, we studied about Chauthai and Sardeshmukhi, right? Then we had taken information about Bajirao I, then Nizam's defeat at Palkhed, Malwa, Bundelkhand, and we had also taken information about the Battle of Bhopal, then defeat of Portuguese and death of Bajirao. This is all about the lesson, the expansion of Maratha power. After this, I am going to give you the small assignment which you are going to write in your classwork notebook. Till that time, bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay happy.